Ladies and gentlemen, I just found a Season 10 secret, and it might actually spell out the end of Season 10 and what's going to happen. Use code Shadical in the item shop or I'll delete your Fortnite accounts. This very weird thing was added in Tilted Towers very late last night, and it actually spells out the end of Season 10, and I know exactly what's gonna happen, and I know exactly what this thing is going to do, and everything will be explained in this video. You guys need to watch this entire thing to understand everything that's happening with Season 10. So when this thing was added a little while ago, nobody really knew what it was, but I actually had an idea of what was happening, and it was actually confirmed that I actually was right, and I knew what was going on. When this thing was added late last night, nobody really knew what it was. There are a bunch of story points connecting to this area right here, which might actually spell the end of Neo Tilted itself. Now, as you guys already know, Neo Tilted, it will be transformed into Tilted Town. Now, that was already leaked in the files, and there is actually so much proof for this, but this actually has a different meaning. This machine actually has a different meaning in general, and it is very, very concerning for the rest of the Fortnite island. I will explain right now. So this all, of course, goes back to the Visitor. Now, if you guys don't remember, this is the Visitor's pod. This came in back in Season 4, and now it's back in Season X, and obviously, the Visitor has escaped once again. My skin, he came from right here, and he is obviously a very bad guy. I'm not a bad guy, but of course, the Visitor himself is a very bad character. Most of us think he's evil, and honestly, he might be very evil himself, but what's important to know is that the Visitor is gone once again, and the Visitor once again has an evil plan. Now, for those who don't remember, the Visitor himself actually launched up a rocket and created the rifts, which brought all of this nonsense in the first place about a year ago, and everyone's been blaming the Visitor since. So now, obviously, the Visitor escaped, but nobody knew where to until I actually looked this up, guys. The Visitor went over here to Dusty Depot, none other than right over here in this last building. And you guys will notice over time, this building actually is transforming into something else. You can see that this stuff was not here before. OG Dusty Depot is sadly no more, and now this building has been used by the Visitor. I'm gonna be glitching under this building here in a little bit, but right now we need to look around for clues about the Visitor. So if you go inside right here, you will notice that there's a bunch of stuff here that everything's kind of been changed into this giant weird lab thing. So the Visitor came in here, and he's obviously been using all of this scrap parts for something. You can see over here that the Visitor has a little bed with a TV to see what's going on in the Battle Royale island. He has a place to eat food, and none of this stuff was here before. And there is actually a reason, and I know exactly how this is the Visitor. The reason I know this is the Visitor, because if you come over here, you can see a bunch of stuff, and you can even search stuff, which doesn't even do anything. I don't know if that's a glitch or not, but what's important to know is that right here, there is a drawing pad. Now, if you guys don't know, these drawing mats in particular are used for drawing stuff out as if you're designing something. So the Visitor was using that to design the machine over at Tilted Towers. And on top of that, you could even see right here that there is a piece of the meteor right here, exactly like there was on my back bling right there. And you can see that the Visitor obviously took part of the meteor, he came and studied it over here, and now he's using it for his inventions. And I have a leaked picture of what Dusty Depot will look like in about a week's time. The Visitor is about to change this entire area up completely, and here's the picture right now. Now, as you guys can see, I'm here on Fortnite's Twitter, and he says Dusty changing thread. The gray building in Dusty Depot has 4 stages. Currently, we are in stage 2, which means that there are more stages to come, and somebody is definitely building something there, and the files are pointing to them. And it might be the rift beacon that is being built there, so there is official proof that this area is being used to make the rift beacon, which is over at Tilted Towers. You can see over here that there's a bunch of code, and it says over here that Rift Beacon is highlighted multiple times, so there is definitely connection between the Visitor and the Rift Beacon. And now we have a video from Fortnite showing the changes as it's going on. So this right now is stage 2. This is the stage we're currently in. So I'm gonna fast forward because you guys have already seen this. There's even a control panel that the Visitor is trying to use to get out of where he is. He's even using this to try to communicate with other areas and monitor the growth of the Rift Beacon. Now, if you guys don't remember, the Visitor actually did something similar back in Season 4 when he tried using the Hop Rocks to make the rocket in the first place. So again, we know that the Visitor is very smart, and he knows how to use items around him to make technology. Ladies and gentlemen, mid-recording, I actually came, and the Visitor Beacon has actually been activated. The Rift Beacon itself is turned on completely, and you guys can see a bunch of stuff, and it looks like I was right. So we're gonna go over here, and actually, there's a bunch of important stuff.
Shadical,
What?
Shadical. pause for 1 second. You literally just invited me to a game and just said, dude, join the game. There's something important.
This is
What
important.
is this?
Okay, so pretty much, like, just like I already mentioned before, guys, so pretty much not even before the video, it turns out I was right, because the visitor has literally made this entire thing. I will go over here, and I'm going to show you guys why this area is so important. So if we go over here, this area...
Wait, how do you know it's the visitor?
No, dude, I'll show you right over here. You see the smiley on my face right here, how it's red? It's the same exact red color right over there.
What?
Dude, this is what I've been saying. That literally...
You're not lying.
Dude, okay.
You're actually right.
Okay, so here pretty much the theory is that the time orb is over there, Bob the Orb, and he is taking energy. As you can see the same energy particles from over there. He's absorbing the energy particles, kind of like a solar panel, and he is taking the energy all the way over here to the main rift area.
This is his face. This is
dude, it literally looks like the visitor's face, dude. What's up?
Come here. I need to look at your face.
Yeah, dude?
Dude, it even has like the same chin.
Dude, it has the same deal, dude. And once you come over here, you'll actually notice that the area is now activated. And it wasn't activated when we started. As you can see, it was all turned off, but now it is actually turned on. So you can see that there is like what seems to be some kind of really weird like design here. I don't really know, but what you can see in the middle is that you can see the visitor's visor crosshair deal is going on right in the middle, and that something is about to be activated. And you can see here there is a little bit of time juice in here, which is powering this entire thing.
Shadical, dude, this thing is mad.
Yep, dude, and it's very mad. It's about to activate very, very soon, and once it does, it is going to transform Tilted into Tilted Town. Now, I already...
Shadical, it's shaking. It's literally shaking right now. If you come over here and crouch... It's like the whole machine is shaking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. You're right, dude. It literally is shaking. It's activating. It's getting ready to start. And literally, Tilted Towers is going to turn into Tilted Town very, very soon.
So he's doing it on purpose. He's trying to make it Tilted Town, or he's doing something.
Yeah, dude,
he's trying to make it
Dude, he's trying to make it Tilted Town, which could mean that the visitor is pretty much like stuck in the past. He got sent to the past, and now he's trying to get to the future, because this visitor in here is trying to pretty much mess with like the time-space continuum. Either way, the visitor is not very happy.
Shadical,
what?
This thing is unstable.
Oh yeah, it's definitely unstable. It's going
to
launch a rift into the sky and pretty much bring the entire Tilted area into Tilted Town, dude, which could mean a lot of different things for the entire Fortnite map, dude.
Wait, Shadical, explain Tilted Town.
So if I haven't explained Tilted Town yet, pretty much there are some leaks in the files, which I'm going to show right over here. All right, so we're going at 4Toys Twitter right now, and you can see that Neo Tilted will slowly change into a Wild West kind of look. So we can go over here and you can see a bunch of different Wild West kind of things. And you can see Athena Clock Tower West storefront, and you can see Elevation Ground 2, all of this different stuff. And you can even see some more pictures from the Wild West version of Tilted Towers. There's a lot of different stuff, and apparently it's going to be surrounded in this orb kind of deal, which I'm guessing is going to be from the Rift Beacon itself. So literally you can even see there's going to be sounds when you enter the Wild West Tilted themed in-game. So when it has its orb around it, you're pretty much going to be entered, kind of like how the time orb is now. And on top of that, there's a clock tower. That's literally the old Tilted Towers clock tower before it was even set up. It's still like in progress of being built, but it's literally there, and I think it's really cool. So dude, this pretty much confirms our theory how this is going to pretty much bring us back in time somehow. Real meaning of why the visitor is doing this, we actually have a good theory of why he's doing this. Pretty much, since the visitor pretty much looks from the future, he looks very high-tech, and he can pretty much build all this stuff out of stuff that he finds around the world. He is most likely from the future, and since he's trying to go to the past, it looks like he's trying to bring something from the past into the future. So this is probably why we're getting this kind of Wild West theme. So he's trying to get something from the past at Tilted Towers, bring it to the future, and then most likely whatever's in the past is going to result in some kind of live event for the end of Season 10.
Shadical, did you notice that this screen literally is red, and it looks
dude,
like the visor of the visitor?
It looks exactly like my visitor. As you can see, this literally looks like the visitor crosshair itself with the crosshair, and it literally looks like this is the same thing that the visitor made in the first place. And honestly, I'm very, very scared of what's gonna happen, dude, because literally the visitor he literally made the rocket and started all of this stuff from before, so this could mean something even worse is on the way. Since this was teased in the Fortnite Season 10 teaser a long time ago, the visitor was actually here, and he's been in there, and he's been pretty much like creeping around, trying to get whatever the meteor has, and he's now activated into the world, and he is definitely going to do something crazy with the rest of the Fortnite stuff. He's probably going to transform more locations into their OG areas, and hopefully he doesn't do anything too crazy that could cause the end of the Season 10 map, because most likely the visitor is most likely at the end of the season going to cause some kind kind of live event, no matter how it is, he's going to do something really, really bad. Guys, make sure to subscribe for more updates like this. The visitor will honestly do something that will change the map forever. I hope you guys are ready.